Like with literally me characters, there are other memes going about the Sigma male grind set, often with the picture of Thomas Shelby from Peaky Blinders and some quote that says, "Don't rob the bank, buy the bank." I'll be honest, I was a bit perplexed when I first saw things like that. It's just, everyone's heard the term alpha male or beta male, but what is a Sigma male? Now you think about the Greek alphabet and you scroll down all the letters and you think, well, does it really go down that far? Turns out not, and there's a bit of a rabbit hole with this. Urban Dictionary defines it as a more internally focused version of the alpha male, so basically introverted alpha male. They're loners, socially disinterested, pragmatic. Alright, but what does that mean? Okay, so let's look at alpha male. Alpha males are generally described as people who are more dominant, leaders, stronger, sexually successful, and betas are generally seen as weak, submissive, sexually unsuccessful. Basically, if you've ever seen a pickup artist on YouTube, you know the drill. It originally comes from a 1970 book called The Wolf, Ecology and Behaviour of an Endangered Species, written by David Meck. However, in 1999, he performed a study that refuted his theory that he posed some 29 years before. Instead of existing in dominant and submissive hierarchies, there were more parent and child hierarchies, or caregivers and those who were being looked after. Refuting your own theories with empirical research, I mean, I can respect that, to be honest. And the term Sigma male, or how we understand it today really, came from a far-right activist called Theodore Robert Beale in 2010. So it's not that old, but been around for a bit. So not only has the idea been refuted, but refuted by the guy who wrote the original study. So why do people still buy ideas that have been refuted with peer-reviewed studies? And if you're going to ask that, I'll respond with, have you been outside? I mean, yeah, people are who they are, aren't they? Alright, the idea can't be based on anything tangible or empirical, but it still exists as a fantasy. Like, there are many people out there who still fantasize about being a Sigma male. And of course this is going to bleed into pop culture, be it characters who were intended to be Sigma males, or characters who have been read as Sigma males retrospectively. We see these characters and people want to be them, don't they? They want to attain that status, considering they're basically on par with the alpha male. They want to be that. So what's the difference between Sigma male and a literally me character? Personally, I'd say Saul Goodman is an example of a Sigma male character in that you see a lot of memes about it, but he doesn't possess the qualities to be a literally me character. He's not a blank slate, we know too much about him. But he's generally seen as Sigma male because he bends the rules, he tricks people, he gaslights people into getting what he wants, which, alright, yeah, bad things to do to people, but that's also part of the meme, isn't it? The meme doesn't take the idea of the Sigma male seriously, dare I say, because it's peddled by people who people can't take seriously. You've got the pickup artists who talk about women in demeaning ways, and they hold impossible standards for masculinity, which, if you think for our history, masculinity has meant many different things across history. I think 200 years ago it meant something completely different to what it does today, and it's going to mean something completely different in another couple of hundred years. You can also say the same for Patrick Bateman. I mean, yes, he is also a literally me character, but he also fits into the same Sigma male character in the sense that he expresses his dominance over men and women alike, but you wouldn't necessarily do the things he does in day-to-day life. Right, so you have a Venn diagram of literally me characters and Sigma male characters. You'd have probably Patrick Bateman in the middle, Saul Goodman on the Sigma side, and Officer K from Blade Runner 2049 in the literally me section. But yeah, it is interesting to see an idea like develop into this, where a theory which has later been proved wrong has almost metastasized into the public consciousness. These ideas have taken root so much in society that they're still prevalent decades later and years after they've been refuted. And even though it's been refuted, people still believe it. And dare I say, it's more of a power fantasy, that people want to be more powerful than they actually are, that they find different frameworks in order to frame themselves to be more desirable to their peers. Which again offers similar parallels to literally me characters, where literally me characters are more passive in their environment. Sigmas are more proactive protagonists. they are the causes of actions and the causes of making their situations better. All in all, us humans are mainly passive in our lives. Like, things happen to us and we react to them. Generally, we rarely are active. Like, yeah, we do make choices in our lives to better our situations, but you know, when we have medical emergencies or accidents at work, they're things that happen to us. They're not things that we do ourselves, but they're things that affect our lives in a greater way. But it is a fear among us to lose that power and to lose that control, and a power fantasy would be a way to try to gain back that control. That's all I have to say on it. I know I'm probably sound a bit biased in some cases here, and if you think I'm off the mark, please comment below, and if you think I'm missing something, please, again, enlighten me. I'd like to read more on the subject. But then in the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.